Nearly 2,000 farmers have committed suicide in the state of Telangana ever since the state was born in 2014. But the state's legislators, cutting across party lines, now want a giant salary hike of 200%. They want their pay to go up from 95,000 rupees a month to 3 lakhs. They are citing expenses like diesel, their meals and the salaries of their aides as a reason. Well, the Congress and BJP central leadership has distanced themselves from this move. They believe that this isn't exactly the right time to be doing this. But in Telangana itself, state leaders have justified the demand. And as I said, this cuts across party lines. Well, we have joining us tonight K. Kavita, Lok Sabha MP of the TRS. Also joining us, Suhail Seth tonight from Pune. Ms. Kavita, what is the justification for a salary hike at this time? I don't think a lot of people would grudge netas getting a salary hike, but given the farmer suicides we've seen in Telangana, and this extravagance just seems so inappropriate at this particular time.
First of all, I don't believe that Telangana state needs to justify. Second thing, this is just an administrative thing happening in Telangana and doesn't need to be discussed on national television, because in various other states it had happened, in Punjab, in Himachal, in UP, and especially when it happened in Punjab government couldn't even pay salary to their employees, but then they had a fair hike in deputy CMs and MLA salaries. It was never had made to the headlines in primetime television. So are you just targeting the non-BJP states, Nidhi? You will have to clarify it to me.
Actually, ma'am, you are most welcome to go on to our website. I had a discussion a few months ago. I think Suhail was part of that, when the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi decided that they wanted a 400% salary hike.
Punjab,
so it was
Nidhi.
A very similar discussion.
But
you are public representatives, ma'am. With due
Punjab.
respect, you're all public representatives. How can you say that this is not a matter of public debate?
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
See, first of all, you please answer me. Why didn't you discuss Punjab? You only discuss Aam Aadmi Party. You discuss TRS Party. Are you only targeting non-BJP states?
So if they do something,
some kind of an
so if they do something, so it's a conspiracy. It's a political conspiracy to question the TRS. It's a political conspiracy. There are 2,000 farmer suicides in your state, ma'am, in the last 2 years. There are 2,000 farmer suicides, the second highest number of farmer suicides in the country.
Let me tell you one thing. I agree. It is not because of the TRS government. It is what we have inherited from the rule of the Congress and TDP from so many years, and we are trying very hard to fix it. I'll also tell you those details tonight. Idea is, Nidhi, you'll have to give me 1 minute to tell you. After Telangana state has been formed, we have invested around 60,000 crores in making sure that we give water to our farmers. And the projects do not happen overnight. They are in the process. We are doing that. Apart from that, as a state, since we have declared ourselves a very employee-friendly government, we've raised the salaries of coal mine workers, we've raised the salaries of municipal labor, we've raised the salaries of RTC bus drivers, we've raised the salaries of policemen, we've raised the salaries of government teachers.
The question is 95,000 to 3 lakhs, 200%.
No, you'll have to give me time.
Suhail wants to come in on this. Look, Suhail, we've had this debate before. It's not that legislators shouldn't get a raise. Look, no one's arguing that legislators shouldn't get a raise. Suhail, ma'am, just give us a second.
And then Suhail can speak.
No, I'll come back to you, ma'am. I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. You made your point.
Yes,
Suhail.
Quiet.
Yeah.
I don't know if she knows the rigors of debating.
I'll come back to you, ma'am. I'll come back to you. Suhail.
I think it is amazingly despicable that not only is there brazenness of arrogance, it is mixed brilliantly with being in denial. Ma'am, when I last checked, Telangana was a state in the Union of India. NDTV is a national television channel. It has every business to discuss Telangana. We have every business to discuss why legislators should be given a 200% hike. To compare legislators who ostensibly are public servants doing a national or a state duty with bus drivers is equally erroneous, for that matter, coal miners. The argument, ma'am, is not whether you deserve the money or not. That's not the... Did I interrupt you? Did I interrupt you? I don't know if Telangana MPs know that there is a certain decorum to debating on television. So allow me to finish. I'm not being disrespectful, neither did I interrupt you. Number two, ma'am, it's not about whether you deserve it or not. There's a certain paradox that's playing out. You're absolutely right. You may spend 60,000 crores on water projects to ensure water goes to farmers. Currently, the situation is farmers are dying. The perception in the public domain is that legislators are being given a hike. Sometimes the optics is what you need to worry about as a party which is now in charge of a newly formed state. You cannot be seen as a party that is actually rewarding people whose business is supposed to be selfless in many parts. That is the limited point. It is no one's argument whether people deserve raises or don't deserve raises. But your argument in itself is erroneous to suggest that you're being targeted. Please don't play victim when you actually are accountable. Playing victim is the easiest card in this country. And it is not expected from a young or reasonably young party or a member of parliament such as you. That's my limited point. Now you
I
can
think
keep
the point is,
speaking and I will not interrupt
why
you,
does it have to
unlike
be a
you.
200% hike? Why does it have to be a 200% hike?
Nidhi, you'll have to give me time now.
Yeah.
You'll have to give me time now. See, first thing, I didn't finish where all did we hike the salaries. Starting from the Gram Panchayat Sarpanchas to the MPTCs to the ZPTCs, we did a reasonable hike in the salaries. Because we are the people who are always in touch with the common people. Common people, of course, have a lot of issues. They come to us. You should come visit my house sometime, Nidhi, starting from morning 6 till night 10 o'clock. There is continuous flow of people. Some people are hungry, some people need money, some people are getting their daughter married. You know, there are many things. I'll tell you an example. One of my constituents is in Dubai right now. He's suffering, he needs to pay money there, 60,000 to get out of the jail. He's banking on me. I'm doing that. I'm bailing him out. I'm getting him back to India. And I am lucky few because I do also have other supportive businesses. But there are MLAs in Telangana, there are MPs in Telangana who do not have a own house, who do not have a own car. And how are they supposed to travel? Just because they are close to the people, our party had given them tickets and they've won. And they are supposed to be in the people 24/7, no matter what.
Sohail wants to take you on that point. Sohail, the question, so the argument that's being raised is that legislators can't do their work if they don't have the money for it.
You have chosen...
Yes.
Yeah, Sohail.
Ma'am, you have chosen to be in politics. We didn't tie a noose around your neck and force you to join politics. So please don't suggest that you are doing us a favor or your constituents a favor, number one. Number two, if the MPs are poor or they don't have the means, if they don't have supportive businesses like you do, that is their concern. The reality is they chose this path of politics. They chose the path to become parliamentarians or legislators. We didn't force them.
Unfair, very unfair. No.
No.
I don't know if you have ever...
You know, ma'am,
I don't know, Mr. Suhail Seth, with all due respect.
This reverse hierarchy
of
attacking the elite and eating the rich is the most stupid argument on television ever stated.
Village.
No,
but there is too much poverty in India. And when we go around, I have to represent.
I have visited many villages. Sadly, I haven't been to your house.
Why did the TRS spend 15 crores on a big prayer meeting only a few months ago?
That is a personal thing.
But 15 crores. What is the example that you're setting? 2 crores for a private jet that was hired for the chief minister to go to China. I'm saying that you're dealing with a perception problem. Why should you hire a 2 crore rupee jet for him to travel to China? Why couldn't he fly commercial?
Let us worry about our problem. I'll tell you one thing. In politics, only perception is reflected in votes. Telangana government, TRS,
it is not your problem. It is an India problem.
Elections with amazingly high margins. Hyderabad elections, we have won square, hands down. Warangal elections, we have won square, hands down. So my people don't have a problem. Why should Mr. Suhail Seth or NDTV have a problem? If NDTV has a problem, I agree, I respect, you are a channel, you can question. Why didn't you question the Punjab government?
We are citizens of this country.
That is my simple question, and Nidhi,
we may not be state subjects of Telangana, we are citizens of India. And you have no business to question either our nationalism or our power to seek accountability from people who blatantly violate the principles.
You're talking about and you're talking about your win in the city elections. I will remind you of the farmer suicides again and again. Whether this kind of expense, whether spending 15 crores on a puja is justified when 2,000 farmers have taken their own lives in Telangana in 2 years. I mean, Nidhi, what is the message that's going out from the top?
Should I ask you, Nidhi, should I ask you, what is the cost of the dress that you're wearing? It is your personal business. What I've spent
I'm not a public representative, ma'am. I am not elected. It is not taxpayer money that's being spent on my kurta.
For real?
Yeah, okay. So you are a public representative. Let's not compare.
Is this lady for real?
Beliefs and
am I actually hearing this on national
television? So am I, Suhail. So take it away. I'm hearing it too, because clearly there's no difference between a private citizen who pays income tax and public figures who are funded by by taxpayers.
When a chief
Suhail,
minister conducts a puja with his
for
own
15
money,
crores,
what is
this
the problem?
lady-
15
I don't
crores, a
understand.
puja for
Who's the
15 crores?
This ma'am talks about
Yeah.
Who said
talks
it was
about us
15
not
crores?
visiting
Who said it
villages.
was
It's there in
15
the
crores?
records. It was
But
justified
how many
also.
crores it is?
This
Mr.
is
KCR has
symptomatic
responded
No,
saying
no,
it's his
India's-
personal money. Suhail,
Whatever
last
we
word
are
to
going
Suhail say
no, no.
tonight.
Whatever we are, this is unfair, Nidhi. This is absolutely unfair. Who is Mr.
Can I
Suhail
tell
Seth?
you,
He's not even a
this
public
lady
representative.
has
He's a citizen of the
articulated-
country. What do you
What the
mean?
looks
articulated.
like.
Now, see, she has to keep quiet.
No, of course. I mean what I say. Why didn't you discuss Punjab? Please
She
let
has
me
no
know.
idea, yeah.
This is
Let me tell you,
absolute
Nidhi.
bias against non-BJP
This is-
states.
Yes, it is a
This is-
political
Putting this on record.
conspiracy by all of us. Yes, Suhail.
Yes, absolutely.
One
Okay.
minute.
Yes,
Nidhi,
Suhail.
Nidhi, you know what is sad? That this is the new political class which wants to further divide India, which wants to question our nationality, question our processes of accountability. What's worse is that she is in absolute denial. This brazenness,
No,
this
I'm not in
deceitful
denial. I am
behavior,
absolutely
this
stating the facts.
mechanism of
We
telling
have
and
revised the
questioning
salaries
our
of
integrity
every section
is, to my mind,
and also
appalling.
revising the
If
salaries
this
of
is what
legislature.
TSR
How is it a
or
problem?
TRS has, he needs to
And
worry.
I should not be judged on national television. My party will be judged by my
Of course
people,
it's a problem. You
and they
belong
have
to India, for
supposed-
God's sake.
supported us.
What do you mean it's a problem?
And
Why do you sit in
Kavita ji-
India's parliament
Kavita
and
ji, as
create
my-
a parliament in Telangana?
We just
I mean,
pulled
what
out
kind
our
of obtuse
records. We've
logic
done,
is
Where did India
we've done
come from out of
stories
all
on,
this?
on Punjab doing the same thing last year. We even have the dates pulled out. I'd be happy to send the links across to you. We have the video links for that, just to clarify that there isn't a political conspiracy against anybody. Anyway, this is an ongoing debate. Thank you to both of you for joining us on the
And
program
do,
tonight.
Nidhi, do
Yeah.
two wrongs make a right?
No, they don't. And Suhail, I mean,
next
that
time
is for
please do
everything
call
in
a
this
public
country.
representative.
Somebody does something and they turn around and say, well, what about X and what about Y? What about Re? Isn't that what they call it? Never made sense to me, doesn't make sense now.